Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shadowed City podcast. This is The Shadows Within. I am your host, Barry, to go over. And I wait upon a guest that we are going to go over three with. If he wants to stay for the others, he can, but these three particular shows he knows well compared to the other ones that I have to go over. But I do hope everybody's having a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Also, if you missed the SPW Tournament of Mayhem yesterday, go check it out. It was incredible from start to finish. A lot of revelations were made, craziness, chaos. You know how we love it over there on SPW. It was madness. Go check it out. And Anarchy Archives, we're going to have two this week. Sunday is our usual day, but we're also going to have one on Wednesday going over IWA Deep South and IWA Quasi Dream, and welcome my guest, KD King Dominator.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's like I know this is not really the first time I've ever been part of this because I've been in two of them before.
I was about to say, yeah, you've been on my show a couple times. Like I've interviewed you, I've had you on to talk about IWA. I've had you on to. We've actually gone over here a few times. Yeah, I think you've been on here a few more times than that. Like, so I would say you've been on here before. That's really the best I can say. I think about like good 5 times, if not less, you know?
All right, that seems accurate.
But Wolves Den yesterday. Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, he is the current MTM general manager for TPW, and he has a card set and ready. I'm a consultant for TPW MTM. What? Oh. I am a consultant for MTM, even though Eddie is the GM for the Den. I am the consultant for MTM with KD and have been helping out with the cards, and he's got himself a card stacked for this weekend. Can you tell us how you feel about this card coming up for MTM?
It's definitely going to be interesting. I'll say that much because look, so we're gonna go over this whole Wolves Den scenario, especially the tag team match, because I have to say that whole tag match between me and my son against
Basically, his brother and his cousin.
yeah, it was a family respectfully match. There was no issues at all.
And yes, and speaking of that Wolves Den card, we are going to go over that first. And it started out as it was a tag team match. Now, to give people a background on what this tag match was supposed to be about and why it was made. So it was a challenge made by Kosai and Angelo Valentine against two veterans of BPW and Chin Pao. Now, here was the stipulation that Eddie put on that match since all the champions were defending their titles. Since we were on a little hiatus for TPW, I think you know what I'm talking about. We had personal life going on, but Eddie wanted it to be big for the return of the Wolves Den. He wanted people to be ready for what was to come, and so this tag match had implications. Chin Pao had to defend his title that night regardless. So if him and BPW would have won, they would have faced off in the main event. But if somebody got the opposite pin from the opposite team, whoever got that pin would face Chin Pao in the main event of that night. Now,
That is true.
we did get a result of who won. It was an epic tag match, but in the end, it was Kosai and Angelo Valentine winning, but Angelo Valentine getting the win for his team, facing Chin Pao later in the night. Now, what was your thoughts on this tag match before we go on to the next match? Let's not talk about the main event yet until we get there, but this tag match alone to kick us off.
The tag match was actually a back and forth match. It could have gone either way, to be honest. Like it was close. So it was like we don't know who to expect to walk away with the victory, but the Angelo team was destined to prove a point, even though that was the main event between those two, between Shin and Angelo. The underground match. But yeah, that tag match was definitely an instant classic in my opinion.
Indeed, it was. And it was a great matchup. I would love to see them face off again in the near future. And going forward, I know you both know both these individuals very well. Welcome, Billy, aka DSB. He's been going back and forth with Dr. Gigglethorpe, and he was a part of the Battle Royal on this show, which we shall get to. But next up was the Grave Assassin Jack Graves versus the Triple Crown champion for TPW Wolfen, which you are a member of the group with him, Golden Glory. And in the end, Jack Graves walked out victorious. Now, let's give credit to both men here. These are both hard hitters, and it was not an easy match for Jack. But Jack was just as ruthless and devastating as Wolfen, and he came out on top. But you know both these men very well.
Yes, actually, I have been in the ring with both of them, so yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know both of them very well. It's like, can never expect these two to actually put on a great match regardless of who won. So that's why I'm interested to see how that went. But you see, Jack did pull off a great big win, beating a legend known as Wolfen. So not very rare. It's not very like it's very rare to see someone like Wolfen be beaten. 'Cause that man can not only find a way to win, but he's good at what he does.
Indeed. And I would love to see them face off in the future. That was an underrated banger in my opinion. And next up was the KO Championship Last Man Standing between Carter Justice and the champion Eddie Walker, the first title match of the night. This match ended decently quick, but not like they've already had two matches before this. The first time it was a knockout match with Eddie won. Next up was a Falls Count Anywhere, which Carter won. And Eddie lost this one to Carter. So Carter is 2, Eddie is 1. But I've been told that Eddie is going to book a fourth match between them, which will kind of determine what happens going forward. They'll possibly have a fifth encounter. But Carter Justice is our new KO champion. What do you feel about this contest here? I know you both. I think you've had your dealings with Carter. I know you've had your dealings with Eddie.
Definitely Eddie. I have seen a lot about Carter. I don't think we've ever faced yet before, but down the line, that would be something to be
That would be a bang. Oh, yeah. I would love to see KD versus Carter Justice.
Because I believe that match would be off the roots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Most indeed. Great matchup. And leading on, the Geek Squad, Urkel and Waldo took on the Blackhearts, David and Ralph West, with the Geek Squad walking out victorious. What did you have to say about this match? Because this tag match was crazy.
It was, and yes, it was. And most people would say that it was an unexpected win because no one would not expect them to walk away victorious. But they always obviously will always put up a fight, win or lose for those teams. The Geek Squad. How I know this? Because I faced them before.
Mm-hmm.
So last time I faced them was when I teamed with DSB that one time.
Welcome, Daniel Ramirez RD. Is this one of your people?
RD. Not sure.
That's what yeah, I don't think I know him unless you do, so that's why I asked if he's one of your people. But hey, welcome, sir. Welcome. Was a great tag match. And that just led us up for our hardcore championship, which was held vacant again because Khan died. He died in a trade accident. There's not really much more I could say to sugarcoat that.
Damn.
And we're talking about a character, everybody. We're not talking, okay, this was in character that Khan, he died.
That
Now,
was a devastating way to die.
that's a crazy way to die. Shit, I've heard of I've heard of that. It would suck to be crushed by a train, bro. Fuck that shit.
All right, getting close. All right, so you most likely you're like standing in the train tracks, and a train comes and hits you. Yeah, full impact. That would be devastating. Ah,
Especially a bullet train. Oh gosh.
jeez.
And it was Extreme Rules between three competitors that were chosen by Eddie Walker. He chose Vile. He chose Talos Piper, and he chose Savage. He owed Savage a title shot. Since Zack left, he wasn't able to face him for the world title, but he gave him a title shot in this match for the hardcore title. Talos Piper made his debut, and Vile has been on this new strive, this new personality as of late. And apparently it was recently made that they'll be facing off at a Falls Count Anywhere for the hardcore championship, made by both competitors. But in the end, Savage walked out the new champion. What do you have to say about this contest?
That triple threat match was crazy. I'll say that. That like we don't know who was gonna win because there was so many breakups as well because they just keep breaking things up. So I'm like, oh gosh, this is really gonna continue to go on and on.
I know
So
it seemed like at some points it was going to end, but then you just see the other person just come back out of nowhere, stop the pin. But that's the beauty of a triple threat. You always have to have eyes in the back of your head.
that is true. That is true. Um, Most likely like we could have seen Vile become champion because there was a time that came very close to being champion, and
Indeed.
Savage found a way to overcome both of them, walking out the new champion. So
Indeed. And I'm excited to see this match between Vile and Savage as Savage became the new champion. And I'm excited to see what will happen next for them and who will walk out the new hardcore champion come the next episode of the Wolf's Den. And this one, you were a part of this matchup yourself. It was for the tag team championships held in a Falls Count Anywhere. And Billy said Bullet Train would vaporize our humans. You are correct. It would. Falls Count Anywhere, which was changed to a tornado tag, but it was Golden Glory, you and your son, versus the champions, the Gladiators, Lucian and Laconis, which Lucian and Laconis walked away victorious. Lucian is the brother of Elkane, your son, which you would technically be the stepfather of for Lucian, I guess, in a sense.
yeah,
But anyways, then you have Laconis, who is the cousin to Elkane and to Lucian. So this had a big family affair in it, and I'm kind of curious how you guys felt about losing to them and also just putting up a great fight, because the reason this match was made is because you guys had tag team match of the night on the last Wolves Den show, which was a banger. And this one was also a banger. So one day you guys will hold tag titles together, but it looked like this time the Gladiators are going to continue their reign.
yeah, they had a game plan in this match. I mean, let's not forget the last time they faced us, which was the first time, I believe it was a regular tag match, but
Yeah, it was a regular tag last time. This time it was tornado tag.
yeah, we both had a game plan. We defeated them in a non-title match, and then that's how the match even came apart too. That's why that was a tag title match. So they defeated us. So now we're technically, in this case, 1-1. But
That is true. There will be a third encounter, but it was already made that the Geek Squad will be facing the Gladiators due to what happened when the Geek Squad cut a promo.
yep, we'll be seeing that soon. Oh snap! Because I'm actually interested.
Most indeed. And
And
this
by the way,
next match, oh my God, this was a barn burner. If nobody saw this matchup, please go check this out. Go check out the whole show. It was incredible from start to finish. Big Rig versus Data Boy, with Big Rig walking away victorious, pinning the world champion. The world champion, Big Rig, had a war with Zack. And Big Rig is now facing the new world champion, Data Boy. This has secured him a shot in the future. What do you have to say about this?
Gosh, I'll say this. Never say you could say that, oh, this is when it comes to Big Rig, you can't say unexpected. It's always going to expect not only a banger from him, but also find a way to walk away with the W. There's nothing this man cannot do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that win over that boy was a big statement that he's maybe the next world champion. But you can't take
He
nothing
very
away
well could be.
because he can also find a way to overcome things too. Because yeah, he may have a rough scenario where he was not able to win against Big Rig because I heard that Big Rig's beaten him plenty of times and he's never defeated Big Rig. So yeah,
But that was in other places. This is TPW. Anything could happen. That could very well change. For Data Boy's reign just begun, I could see him leading the Wolves Den into a great, great future.
you have to have the best year in 2026.
And I would not be mad if Big Rig became the world champion. But when you do point that out, though, can Data Boy overcome the man that has defeated him time and time again? That remains to be seen.
Yep.
Great matchup. Now, next up is for the U.S. Championship. It was a battle royal, and it had 6 competitors. Dr. Gigglethorpe, Pharaoh, Daniel Demois, DSB, Jay Stone, and the champion J Max. And I calculated who got eliminated, and you know what? Jay Stone single-handedly eliminated all 5 fucking competitors.
And I'm despite on that, I'm still impressive.
And he won. He won.
Yeah, I know that's crazy. That's very rare to see, though. I'm not gonna lie, that's very rare to see because you don't really see.
That is rare. That is rare.
Because usually other people there's a lot of people in the ring. So you don't know who will be eliminated who. But yeah, J-Max had a great title defense in that match because he was the final one to be eliminated. So
it came down to him and Jay Stone, and Jay Stone eliminated him, but Gigglethorpe was one of the final 3, and DSB, I believe, was the first one thrown out.
Yes.
It was crazy. Now we have a new champion, and I'm excited to see what Jay Stone does with that championship reign.
But don't worry, I mean, DSB is getting there. He will get eventually to the point where he will get more wins. Because, everyone starts with a losing streak, but then, it's all about, putting on a performance. It's not always about, wins or losses.
That's the thing. Wins or losses don't define who you are. You define who you are. And I mean, DSB has kind of had like a win-loss streak here in TPW, so it's kind of like he'll get a win, he'll lose, he'll get a win, he'll lose. But losing is a way of learning as well.
That is true. That's what I always say. And if I ever do, I do talk shows of my own, I always mention that, when you lose,
yes, go check out his talk shows on his YouTube channel called The Golden Standard.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, good stuff. And that was a great co-main event, which led us to the match that we all were looking forward to due to the result of the first matchup. First ever on the Wolves Den, it was an underground matchup for the Grand Prix Championship. Angelo Valentine versus the champion Chin Pao, with Chin Pao retaining the gold. But it was no easy task for Chin Pao to do it because Angelo definitely brought the fire and determination.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even though he lost, he did put up a fight against Chin, and Chin, he was not going to he was not going to lose again after losing the first match. He was going to do everything in his power to retain the Grand Prix championship, and that's what happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And DSB stated this: Jay Stone is a remarkable athlete. I have nothing but respect for that man, and to be honest, you could not ask for a more worthy champ. So once again, congratulations to him. A sign of respect from DSB to Jay Stone.
Very honorable wrestler right there, and
Indeed.
humble.
Yep. DSB has always been a humble one.
We need people like that. Humble people that are humbled, because ones that are basically not humbled and they're very full of themselves ish. Sometimes you gotta humble those.
Indeed. Indeed. And that was the TPW Wolves Den card. And if you notice, I just tagged the man whose show we're going to talk about next. And you're also a part of this show if you didn't see the match card. ROV Asylum for ROV Thunder. And now we used to go under IZW, but now it's under the Ring of Valor name with Big T leading ROV Mayhem and Mr. Piro leading ROV Worlds Collide. But how did you feel about the name change of IZW to ROV?
I feel like it's interesting. I mean, yeah, there's like a time that Jack decides to change it up a notch. Whether it's
Right.
IZW or even what was it, KCW at one point.
Well, because KCW was under its thing with Jack Gibson. Like, KCW is back now, but he used to run a show for them. But then that's when, because he originally ran his own show, IZW. Then he went to go run a show for KCW, but then he wanted back to his own thing. Now he got offered for ROV. Now he's back under an ROV banner. So I wonder if that's going to stay or if we're going to see IZW back in the future, because I respect his decision. I do. I trust Jack. I also would love to see IZW come back in the future because I feel like it was a very special, how do I say, a special like brand, it had like a good feel to it.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
excited to see what ROV has to offer under the Thunder brand. But sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But yeah, he's got 14 matches lined up for this show. And to kick us off, we have Raven Grimm versus Jen Wolverine. I know you know Jen. I don't know if you know much about Raven, but both ladies are very ruthless competitors, always looking for a good fight. And if they're not bladed by the end of this, I'm going to be shocked because one of these ladies are either going to be bloodied, battered, or beaten, possibly both of them. But it's just a regular match to kick us off.
Yep. What do I see in this predicament type match? Man, I don't know. Cause I know about Raven Grimm too, but
Okay, so you do know Raven.
I see what she can do in ROV and even uh back in the IZW days too.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what to expect from both. They're both gonna put on a banger match, and we'll see who will come out victorious. And I say maybe it might be Jen.
Oh, you picked Jen. Very well said, sir. Very well said. Love your honesty. Next up for the IZW Death Pit Championship, CJ Frost will take on the champion Eddie Walker in an underground matchup, or as what they call the underground there is the Death Pit. And this is for the Death Pit Championship. I feel like this is also going to be a great way to continue on with the show, being just the second matchup alone.
And this, I gotta say, that title by itself, that title. Not only I have won that, but I don't know. Here's a fun fact: even my own tag team partner, Combat Genius, has also held that title.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Like, he held it for like a good fucking bit, bro. Shit.
By the way, he's still undefeated in one-on-ones. So that's,
In
that's
I
another.
in ROV?
Not sure about ICW, I would say, but ROV, I don't know. He
Well,
hasn't
yeah,
made.
okay, I understand that, but like where it's ROV now, but technically he's undefeated in singles. Oh my god!
Yeah, most
Wow,
likely. It's crazy. He's like, I'm like, damn, he is like, he likes to, use the terms separate, decimate, and eliminate, and that's what he'd most likely do.
incredible, incredible.
Yeah,
Well, if he ever gets back to that title picture, I feel like he's going to be holding that title for a long time again. But this matchup between CJ Frost and Eddie, if you had to pick one who you think is going to win, since you are familiar with both, who do you
most
think
likely.
has the victory?
It's gonna be a tough one because I have faced CJ Frost, especially in other events, RCW, which is known as DSEW. Faced that man there, and I face Eddie most likely everywhere. So I already know what they're gonna bring. I know what he's gonna bring. So this is tough. Due to my more experience with Eddie, I'll say Eddie, because he always finds a way to,
They don't
overcome.
call him the Phantom for nothing.
Yeah, he's not the Phantom for nothing. He's a dangerous Phantom, and he likes his tables. Not forget that.
Especially them flaming tables, man. God damn.
Gasoline, put some gasoline in there. Just light that shit up.
Hell yeah. And
Oh,
right after that matchup, we're going to be having a 2 out of 3 tables matchup. Speaking of those tables, 2 out of 3 tables in this. Larry the Butcher versus Red Mane. Now, I think you're more familiar with Red Mane unless you know Larry the Butcher, but Red Mane versus Larry the Butcher. What do you got on this one?
I probably got. So who is facing who again?
Red Mane versus Larry the Butcher.
Larry the Butcher versus Red Mane. I've heard of Red Mane. Larry the Butcher seems very familiar, but if I'm gonna pick, I think Larry the Butcher because he does have an interesting nickname. I'm not gonna lie.
The Butcher does like fit the persona, Larry the Butcher. Hey, we got 2 Larrys. I'm Larry, he's Larry. Maybe we're related.
So yeah, yeah, I definitely got Larry the Butcher. He sounds like a badass call. Ain't gonna lie.
I will say this: he's nobody to be messed with or taken lightly, and I feel like he has a very bright future here under the ROV banner. Would have loved to see him more in IZW, but ROV Thunder still same difference. It was IZW and still has the blood and soul of IZW, but now we go under ROV Thunder, and I'm excited to see what goes down here. Going to be a great matchup. Now for the IZW Women's World Championship, it's going to be contested in an elimination chamber. You have competed in your fair share of elimination chambers before. How do you feel about like this contest alone, and how much times you have endured one?
Um, there's times I had bad luck. I usually being the first one that be like starting it off. It's starting it off is rough. But when you're in a pod, you're probably safe for a bit because you have enough energy once you come out of the pod. So I always prefer to be in the pod because, well, there's times that I would prefer to be the first one to start off because I want to prove that I could be tough in that match and take a beating. So usually, sometimes I would prefer to start things off. Now, as far as the going inside the pod scenario is, I've been the first one to start things off, or been part of inside the pod. But the ones that are in the pod has a better chance on winning the match, if they don't get hit with anyone's big move, a finisher or signature. Just gotta be smart about the outcome or the match itself. You just gotta stay in there strong as you can. Especially people that have submissions in Arsenal, they might use it because submissions are very OP nowadays. So they might gun for that more than going for the pins.
Most indeed. Most indeed. And the six ladies that are a part of this: Rose Wilson, Madison Landon, Rachel Sawyer, Kyva Frost, Reagan Anderson, and the champion herself, Riley the Ripper.
Golly, I might say Reagan Anderson because
That's a good pick.
he's one
That's a
of the,
good pick.
yeah, because I've seen her in like not only in so many places, but she also I've seen her win a lot of her matches. She does lose sometimes, but not all the time. But she usually always win most of her matches. So she may I will not say she can be the underdog in this scenario because yeah, she has what it takes to probably dominate the competition. So
Indeed.
yeah, I got
I mean, Reagan's a former champion in her own right here, and she is a ruthless lady that's not going to take no prisoners. None of these ladies are, and this is going to be one of two elimination chambers because there's another elimination chamber, which we shall talk about, which is the main event. But thank you for that, Mr. KD. And next up, ROV Thunder International Championship on the line. 2 out of 3 falls. Jack Graves versus the champion Big T. Now, these two have been battling it out many of places, but they've also had their wars here, even under the IDW banner. For this championship alone, and Jack Graves wants that title back, but Big T is not going down without a fight.
Yep. I gotta go with Big T on this one. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah, this man's no joke. You know, he's part of the one faction called the Red Wolves or the Wolfpack.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct. You've had your dealings with, I would have to say, like every single member of the Red Wolves.
Yes, no joke,
Big
man.
Lou, Buster, Big T. You've definitely faced John Robb. I know that. Uh,
Yep. Rob, yep, I have him.
yeah. Many of members.
Yeah, it's like they always want to find a way to. I don't know. I don't know if there is a way of them picking on me or just trying to.
Oh, they're just trying to be nice. They're just trying to give you some hurtful hate, some hurtful love.
Yeah, especially Buster. Golly, you can talk about him.
Good old Buster.
Especially his damn freaking itchy powder. I did not forget about that itchy powder.
Gosh, bro, he likes to put that itching powder in you. I guess he just likes you to itch yourself. I guess.
Golly, very very interesting, I should say.
Indeed. And Big T and Jack Graves, you chose Big T. I'm excited to see who walks out the winner. Both competitors are fabulous competitors. I know you have respect for both. And that will lead on to our Bloodlust Championship, which is contested in a fatal four-way between Taylor Griffin, Tiffany Colt, Kendra Grimm, and the champion Isabella Graves. Who do you got taking this one?
Hmm.
By the
So
way,
it's
that's a
Will.
good song in the background.
Oh yeah, that song's so loud. I think within even when I'm in this area, you can still hear it.
Literally.
But damn it, jeez, my brain's not fully connected. What was the match again?
It was a
Those two.
fatal four-way for the Bloodlust Championship. Taylor Griffin versus Tiffany Colt versus Kendra Grimm versus the champion Isabella Graves, who is the daughter of Jack Graves and Britt Graves.
Okay, I got Isabella Graves for this one. If she's a Graves, then there's no way I can. Every grave, every Graves is going to not only put out a match, but find a way to win. They're good at it. I mean, gosh, can't forget that. Uh, so
They're all
yeah,
ruthless in their own way.
yep,
And
dangerous
her
in their own.
opponent, Kendra Grimm, who is the daughter of Raven Grimm and Wes Grimm. And we got Taylor Griffin, who's always full of energy with them show stealers. And then we got Tiffany Colt, who is a wild card dark horse in this match.
Yeah, Tiffany Well card.
I think you're familiar with the BWC, right?
Yeah, I've heard about that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's where she originates from, and all four ladies are going to put on a banger, and that will lead us up to our next multi-person matchup, which is a five tables of death. And how this works, it is elimination style until one person remains, and it's between these five competitors who I think you've dealt with at least all of them at least once. Aaron James, Craig Mack, Nomad, Alexander Colt, and Jay Monster.
yeah, I think I have faced most of these guys.
Have
Especially,
you faced Alexander Colt, right?
I think yeah, I think I have before. That name seems
You've had your
familiar.
dealings with Jay Monster, I believe.
In a different EFIT I have.
I know you've had your dealings with Nomad at times, right? The hippie?
Oh, yeah. Death Pit title scenario, yes.
Craig Mack?
And Craig Mack? Oh, yeah, I did. He's a BCW guy, one of the owner.
Well, he's the owner of BCW.
Yep. So, yeah, I faced him. I faced AJ, of course. And,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone knows we're AJ. So,
Who do you got
yeah,
winning?
it's going to be tough. They're all good in their own rights. I got to go with AJ on this one. Because I know him a lot more compared to all these guys. I got to go with AJ.
I've I've noticed he's been put into a lot of these scenarios where he's in multi-person matches on ROV, also the under the IZW banner, and he always finds that will to win somehow. It's like it's crazy. It's like multi-man matches are his specialty. So I see where you pick him. Like, not saying that the other four don't have their experiences with it. Like any one of them can walk away victorious, but AJ as of late has been put into different scenarios of those as of late in this particular company. So very well
Yeah.
could be his night.
Most likely, because you know, he's he's done a lot for the business, and hell, I could say he could be the future Bloodlust champ. Wait,
Not Bloodlust. Bloodlust are for the ladies, but he could.
yeah,
He's held championship before, like the Death Pit Championship. AJ has held it before.
I was like, wait, this is the wrong title.
Wrong title, buddy. Wrong title. Close enough. You got it though. You're on track. You're getting there. You're getting there. But
Well,
great matchup. I can't wait for it. This whole event's going to be great. Next up, this is a match that you're a part of for the ROV Thunder Tag Team Championships Tornado Tag Style against Primetime JoJo and his cousin Andre Robinson will take on you and Combat Genius, and you guys are the current tag team champions for IZW, and you guys have a tough challenge in Primetime JoJo and Andre Robinson. Are you ready for what these two may bring? Because I feel like have you faced these men one on one before? I think you might have faced JoJo and Andre at least both individually, but as a unit, damn man, that's
I
a
mean,
powerhouse team. But they're
uh,
also full speed, especially JoJo.
yeah, because so who I pick on, it's obvious that I'm going to pick myself, but you know I can't deny that they're going to give us a fight. They're dealing with the best tag teams in EFED history. I mean, me and Combat Genius actually went through every single tag team in different EFEDs, and we've held every single tag team goal. I don't think we're missing any tag titles we ever have not held. Our goal was to actually become tag champions before ICW became ROV, which, by the way, we actually achieved that because, you know, as representing the Ingenious Kingdom, you
Well,
know,
I would imagine that you guys, I think you guys held them a few times on the IZW because you guys had your battles with the Red Wolves.
yeah, we've defeated them. Yeah, we see, like in Genius Kingdom, when it comes to me and Genius, we most likely surprise a lot of people, and the reason why they like to overlook Genius because he looks like a goofball. People think he looks like a goofball. Uh, I'm like, hey, look, Genius may wear glasses and he dances around when he comes down the ring, but he's all business and he's serious when it comes to the actual match. And then there's times that he would dance after the match. Yeah, he likes dancing, but you know, that's how Genius is. There's so many. There's nothing wrong with being a goofball, right? You know.
No. Like, look at Blind Man in IWA. He's literally a former Crown Jewel champion and King of the Ring winner. And he defeated one of the top guys, Big Bad Baby Daddy. And he's a part of a group with Homeless Dave, who he recently teamed up with in IWA, and they lasted with the former tag team champions at the time, the Standard, who were running the tag team division for so long, and now they got the tag titles back. They also have George Stubbs, who's the governor, who's always been a top talent. And who else? Who else? Hold on. Medea, of course, she's sassy, but she gets the job done. Her and Urkel held the tag titles a long time for DSCW.
Oh yes.
And yeah, and Nomad, he's no easy test either. He's the deathmatch hippie.
Yep. Merkel's also one of that goofballs, but you know, he's also business.
Yeah, exactly.
He's hilarious too. Got to give him that.
Oh yes. You could be funny, but when it comes to that ring, it's all business, and we see a lot of people have fun doing it, and you and Combat Genius have fun, but you guys get down to business, and your opponents, Andre and JoJo, they love a good time, but they definitely know how to put on a show. Like JoJo alone is a part of the Show Stealers, so right there should tell you it all. And he's also the resident Flash of E-Feds. And he's also primetime. And then you got Andre Robinson, who's the big dog, and they don't call him an enforcer for nothing. He can beat the shit out of you like it's tomorrow's garbage day.
Yep. So I do, and even though I do have myself and Genius for the win in this one, because you know, due to us, you know, we can find a way to win, but you know, we're facing these powerhouse type, you know, those type of, you know, caliber, a powerhouse. They will do whatever it takes to, you know, try to get a win off of someone like us. So me and Genius will be prepared for this. We will do whatever it takes to retain the ROV tag titles.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see you guys face off, and you guys will just be setting up the match for Ghost Edwards versus the deranged clown Insidious. I believe you've had dealings with both individuals in their own right, and both men are known for their darkness and brutality and unpredictability.
Oh yeah, those two they teamed up before. Are they taking each other on, or they're teaming up actually?
They're facing each other. They used to
Oh
be teammates.
yeah, well, I forgot what that tag team they used to be
Well,
called.
they were a tag team in a group called The Last Right at a time.
Oh,
But they were also a part of the Red Wolves together at the time. But now they're kind of doing their own thing. But I've also heard rumblings that Insidious might be with the Red Wolves.
so he might be returning to them. Hmm. That's something to be looking forward to. Between Jack versus Insidious, okay, who do I have winning on that?
Ghost Edwards versus Insidious.
Oh, Ghost Edwards. Okay, Ghost Edwards in Insidious, not Jack Raves, because Jack Raves has also.
Well, Jack Raves has a match against Big T this night.
Because he didn't
And
mention
you
Jack
took Big T for that one.
Insidious. I was like, wait. And then I just noticed it's Ghost Edwards versus Insidious.
Yes.
I faced both these guys. Actually, I faced both these guys, so I know what these guys can bring to. So, I don't know. I think this one's tough because Insidious is pretty unpredictable when it comes to being in that ring. Same goes to Ghost Edwards because you don't know what to expect from these guys. Most likely expect the unexpected. So, I might gotta go with in my final results of predicting Ghost Edwards.
Well said.
Because I think he will, you know, find a way to beat somebody like that's very tough in the ring, like not Jack Raves. I was about to say Jack. Why am I always mixing things up? Mr. Insidious.
All good. It happens to the best of us. But freaking, yeah, that's going to be a great contest. And next up will be for the Thunder Women's Tag Team Championships. as it will be Doom, Britt Graves, and Angelina West versus the champions Ashley Dillon and Cameron Steele.
Oh yes. So gotta go. You know what? If I'm being honest, I have to go with Angelina West because she's been on a roll in her own path. Like, especially when if she even if there's times where she teamed with Britt Graves, they always be walking out victorious. So I mean, there's a lot of times like I always see her always finding ways to come up with the win. She is a West after all,
They are a ruthless team together, I tell you that.
and once she finds that way to win, there's no way to stop her. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I definitely got Angelina West for the win on this one.
Well, it's Angelina and Britt versus Ashley Dillon and Cameron Steele.
Oh yes, Britt and Angelina, definitely. Because like I said before, those two been kicking ass as a team,
Yep, and they continue to do so.
which I
And
believe that's
next
going to
up,
be a good tag team
huh?
match. I think that's going to be a great multi-woman,
It's a tag match.
yeah, tag match, multi-woman tag match, or something like that. However you want to put it.
And
So
it will be falls count anywhere between Big Lou and Bullet.
I think I've heard of. Okay, I heard about. Okay, I think I faced Bullet before. I'm not sure, but I know I faced Big Lou plenty of freaking times. There's no question about that. So I in I would say in general, I feel like Big Lou has this in the back. Not saying because he's gonna demolish the man. Blue is definitely gonna get Big Lou a fight. It's just like I rarely see this man lose as much. So I mean, yeah. And I think if I'm not mistaken, there's times Genius has faced Big Lou before. He's also beaten Big Lou. Same as me. I think it was for a title, wasn't it, at one point? But I have beaten Big Lou before. But it was like a month or 2 months ago. But most of the time, we see Big Lou most of the time be walking out victorious. So I'll say Big Lou definitely has this in the bag.
Yeah, he very well could have it. And
So
it will be a
how do
very
you,
interesting contest, to say the least. And next up, Artemis versus Angel Bryant, two ladies that are very ruthless and determined ladies. Who you got?
dang. Um, say the names again.
Angel Bryant versus Artemis.
Angel Bryant, because I've heard about her a lot more than the other. But I feel like even though I'm picking Angel Bryant, I know her opponent, Ominous, I believe, um, will give her a fight. Because I think everyone, even if I don't know these specific people and I haven't heard about them, they will eventually give them a fight. Like I cannot say I'm gonna like overlook these people because hey, I don't know about them and I don't know what they could bring. So they could, surprise me.
Indeed. It will be a banger and one to behold. So, going to be great from both ladies. Welcome, Fukunoshima Hiroshi, if I said that correctly. Welcome. And next up is the co-main event, a triple threat elimination between the Savage John Robb, Rusty Steele, and Prince X.
Okay, so Prince X versus and Rusty Seal and John Robb. Okay, I faced John Robb. I think I have faced. I think I've. Okay, for some reason I feel like I did face Lucifer Steel, but I know I faced Prince X. I'm not sure one on one, but tag team. I think it was last week or so. A non-title match, me and Genius versus Prince X and his partner. I forgot who was he teaming with. And who was he? Man,
Huh?
it was somebody.
Yeah, I forget who.
But I do got the Savage John Robb for the win on this one. Or maybe, who knows, Prince X could shock the world in this one. Oh, not the damn Joe Hendry scenario. No. Hey, I'll just say Obafemi, and then Obafemi is going to show up on Raw tonight. There.
Yeah, Billy just stated it right there. Say it again, and it will happen.
Hey, we might see Obafemi. If I say Obafemi, he's going to show up.
Probably.
He has not signed to any. He haven't signed to Raw or SmackDown yet.
He's one of the hottest free agents.
And he's been whooping the ass as of late. So, gosh. Put Kill Wilson in his place twice. And he freaking manhandled the Vikings. He even manhandled the Viking Raiders, or the Viking Experience or something like that. Golly. But yeah, John Robb is my pick because, well, I
Good to
feel
see
like
Obafemi on the main roster. Excited to see what he will do in the future for the WWE.
they say there's a
And next
possibility. I don't know. We could see either Gunther versus Obafemi, maybe down the line, or maybe I heard rumors that they might have Uba take on Brock Lesnar,
Oh yeah, I can see that.
and I'm pretty sure you want to see Uba defeat Brock.
Oh yeah, at one point or another it will happen.
Yep. And that man, I mean, that man does have a bright future, and he's young. He's in his late 20s, but he's still young. In a way, I mean, yeah, he may be in his late 20s, but in a way, still young, and he still have a whole lot of future ahead of himself.
Never count out anybody, as they say.
Yeah, he was the breakout star of the year in NXT at one point, dominated everybody.
Uh-huh.
He only had 3 losses in his belt. That's it.
Wild too.
Yeah, but by 2 people, he's only lost to 2 people in there, which is very rare.
Oh yeah.
So we go to the next match, I guess. Next match is match 12.
Yes, we're gonna talk about. Huh?
Match 12. Is it match 12 or 13?
This is match 14, and this will be the final one that we go over for now. And it's for the ROV Thunder World Championship between Akane, Buster A, the badass John Wigginton, Corey Bishop, AJ Woods, and the champion Unrivaled Blade.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think Akane, maybe Akane, because that man,
You think Akane?
yeah, he could probably pull it off. Who knows? I mean, people will see him as the underdog in this scenario, so I feel like maybe underdogs could be overlooked, but unexpectedly could find a way to win. That's what I like about underdogs. Never expect what they can bring. They bring it. So I've been underdogs. I've been an underdog over my years.
Oh yeah.
People don't really think that I can do things, which I prove them wrong most of the times. So yeah.
It will be a great show.
Yeah, that was a great, great ROV PLE preview, I should say.
Heck yeah. And we went over the Wolves Den. I'll be going over other shows later today. But for now, I have some stuff I need to go get doing. But brother, thank you for joining me.
Yep, it was a pleasure. It was definitely a pleasure.
We all hope everybody has a great day. Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Peace out.